How do we define strategy? We don't have a common definition of what strategy is. Strategy is one of these puzzling things. We've never really defined it, okay? But I put it as strategy is making the right choices. When you have a strategy, you know what to say no to. So if strategy is the right choice, then implementation is all about taking the right actions. Now, what does strategy implementation really mean to the people in the organization? When the CEOs launch the strategy and everyone's excited and that we put up the posters and we put up we sent out the multimedia presentation, what does strategy implementation really mean to people in an organization? It means two words. At the end of the day, it really means more work, okay? And it's the people in the organization who have to do the execution. It's not the leaders. But the leaders are the ones who are still responsible. And one of the biggest problems we see is that leaders delegate the responsibility. They kind of like wash their hands almost of the strategy. And believe it or not, that happens most of the time. And the leaders stop taking the responsibility. And they don't focus on the strategy, but the operations. So you've got the strategy. You've done all your homework. How do you start to make it excellent in execution? This is from the research that we did starting in 2000, first out of Singapore and then around the world. We discovered there were 8 common areas, 8 things leaders needed to pay attention to. The business case. Now this is the one area on the compass where most people go, huh? But what we've discovered is that you have to articulate both the emotional and the logical reason why you need a new strategy. It's amazing how many companies change the strategy but don't change the measures that go along with it. Implementation is not an easy answer. The solution is never in front of you. If it was, it wouldn't be a blue ocean strategy, which it is today. When you get implementation right, it can make the difference for an organization. But to get there, the solution is never simple.
It's called The Search for the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine. My role is to help teams be successful and maximize return on investment. I'm grub staking you, I'm giving you resources, I'm looking for the most gold we can get back. Your goals are to work together to get to the mine, to mine as much gold as we can, to return to Apache Junction, our starting point, and to have fun, because it is just a game. Okay, team leaders, stand up please. Team leaders. Team leaders, stand up, stand up. That may be the only applause you get, I don't know. You have sufficient resources, but not excessive resources. So your decision making at the beginning of the game is going to be very critical. You got 2 minutes left in day 1. 2 minutes. Day 3 weather. Cool, but the canyon is flooded. The canyon's flooded, day 3. Beginning of day 5. And a weather forecast is available. This is our chance to sit by the campfire for an hour and talk about ideas and maybe identify a different way of getting the job done. Initially confused. How many people were initially confused in this? Yeah. Yeah. And then there was excitement as you figured out, oh yes, we can get this done. Yeehaw! But sometimes we focus more on inter-team competition than we focus on overall team collaboration?
Yeah, the learning was that while we are focused on our goal, there is so much opportunity in collaboration with something else, which is with like-minded people.
Yes.
And gain for yourself as well. It's a win-win situation
Yes.
for all involved.
Yes.
We must invest in seeking information. You know, those videos were very important, and to invest in that was a very good idea. So I think wherever we are, it's important that we invest in getting information before we make decisions.
Good. Information.
Yeah, I think the other part was risk management, anticipating the risks, right, rather than getting surprises, because resources were directly linked to the risk. So if you're not anticipating, you can't plan for the risk. So I think that's something we did really well.
Lots of things we built into the game are motivating. How we use this is to talk about how do we motivate people in the workplace. How do we have more fun? How do we provide more results, goals-oriented? How do we get teams to solve problems? How do we get teams to feel successful? Yee-haw! And we do things like the game to try to use the game as an excuse to talk about organizational transformation. Because people are motivated by the same kinds of things in the workplace as they are in play.